Okay. Cool. All right, well, here we go. Here is what we ended up with. It certainly looks like an actual shepherd's or cottage pie, doesn't it? It doesn't look particularly like fake meat here. Certainly in this form, it has a good presentation to it. Let me take a picture here. I'm gonna take a picture with the whole casserole dish of pie in the background. Okay. All right. Go ahead and serve up. I'm going to take a taste of what I've got here. So I'm going to start with just like a forkful of some of the impossible meat and the veggies here without too much of the potato, because I feel like the potato is so creamy and starchy that it would kind of mask some of the flavors. So let's start with this. That's really good. I definitely wouldn't be able to point out or like
Pinpoint.
if this was just served to me without a description. I wouldn't be able to say, oh yeah, that's fake meat. But I will say, it doesn't quite have the same meatiness to it. And I know that sounds weird to say. I mean, it's fake meat. Of course it doesn't have meatiness to it. But I only say that because in every other way, like in flavor, in texture, it's so close. It's just it's missing that last little bit of like beefiness. I mean, that's all I can say.
It was interesting because we stuck to this recipe and didn't augment it to accommodate for the fact that this is fake meat.
Yeah, this is literally a shepherd's or a cottage pie recipe. We just subbed the beef or lamb for the impossible meat. So no other modifications.
You could probably do things like adding more Marmite or Worcestershire sauce to try and increase the meaty quotient.
Or soy sauce or fish sauce, just some other glutamates to bump up the meatiness factor of it.
But without having done any of that, it's pretty spot on. I'm assuming I'm still in picture taking mode.
The texture is more of a sausage, a pork sausage texture than a beef flavor. Like beef, I feel like is more, it's a little bit more dense. As it's meatier. I don't know how else to describe that. If you eat meat and you eat pork, I'm sure you can kind of imagine like the difference between eating pork sausage and eating a burger. It's that kind of difference. But also, it doesn't, I mean, obviously it doesn't have the taste of beef because it's not beef. So that's kind of missing as well. So, yeah. If you're a vegan or vegetarian, this is really close. Like, this is a really good approximation of a shepherd's pie. Well, more of a cottage pie than a shepherd's pie. It doesn't have any of the gamey kind of complexity that a lamb-based shepherd's pie does. But compared to a beef version, a cottage pie, it's pretty close. It's just lacking some of that savoriness.
Wow, I've tried taking every single different angle of that pie, and I have no idea what I'm going to end up going with.
Pork is better than beef, in your opinion? If that's how you feel, this will get you there like 95% of the way.
Yeah, that's
just a little bit of more of an injection of soy sauce or fish sauce or something to bump up that savoriness, and you're there.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing is I feel weird saying this is going to be like an economic thing, but it's the sort of thing where if somebody was like, hey, would you pay like $7 more for that last 5% of meatiness? It's like, I don't know if I would in this particular circumstance. Like, and that would vary from dish to dish. But if somebody came up to you with like a McDonald's burger and was like, hey, would you pay $3 more to make this McDonald's burger 5% better? And it's like, maybe.
The thing about a burger is that you typically have a lot of other really savory